My name is Anthony. I'm 16, and I'm from the East Ferry side of Buffalo.
My name is Alanna, and I'm from East Buffalo, and I'm 15 years old.
My name is Maya Reevy. I'm 17 years old. I'm from East Buffalo, born and raised here.
My name is Zion. I'm 14, and I'm from Buffalo.
My name is Xavier Lamar, and I am 18 years old, and I am from the east side of Buffalo.
I'm the administrative secretary in the high school main office.
I am currently a visual arts teacher here.
I'm executive director of Erie County Restorative Justice Coalition.
I am the director for diversity, equity, and inclusion here at Tapestry Charter School.
When I first heard about the shooting at Tops, I was actually in the barber chair getting my hair cut.
I was at a track meet in Henrietta over an hour away.
I'm preparing to officiate a wedding for my goddaughter. And then all of a sudden I get a text message from my sister saying, "Did you hear what happened?"
My husband and I was out shopping. He was in the grocery store and I was in the car. He came out and he said, there's a shooting at the Tops on Jefferson.
My grandmother had turned on the news and just were astonished at what we saw.
The news begins to report it. It's slow, and it's 7 people and 9 people and 10 people, and my heart is like, I need to be there. This is my community. I grew up here.
I did not immediately turn on the news. I felt like the media would not be helpful for me at the moment. It was very overwhelming.
I immediately pulled out my laptop, went on our school's database, and I looked up the zip code 14208, which is where that Tops is located, and I made a chart of every single student who lived within that zip code.
It was like traumatic to see all of that. And that could have been me, that could have been my parents. I have a cousin who works security there, and he had a shift that day. He got off an hour before that happened.
I learned the shooter was white, and he had all these racial slurs written on his gun. And then it started to come out that 10 people were killed, and then most of the victims were Black. And so that's when I realized, oh my God, this was a racially motivated shooting that took place.
I couldn't believe that this happened in our city, especially considering he wasn't from Buffalo, and he took the time to go to that Tops and study the environment, write a manifesto about it, a lengthy one.
I heard that most of his motivation came from online forums and like Reddit posts, basically saying how Blacks were taking over the US and trying to replace the white population.
It actually doesn't make sense to me why people target us, and it's just scary knowing that my life could be put in danger if I'm walking outside of my house.
But this one student in particular, she was scared to walk to the bus stop at the end of the day. And that just broke my heart. She was like, I'm scared to go to the bus stop. Look how dark I am. They're gonna shoot me first. And I was trying to tell her, no, don't worry about that. Just, be aware of your surroundings. But, kids are scared. I mean, I'm scared.
I'm just like scared if I go on the bus and white person just doesn't like my skin colors, he gonna shoot up the bus. Most of the kids here are Black. Is somebody gonna like say, oh, this school is too Black, it's not enough white kids? Are they just gonna shoot it up or what?
How do they remain safe while this is constantly happening? Even when they're just doing things like shopping or driving or running or walking or existing.
I can't imagine living in fear constantly. And I think about instances of just pure violence against Black bodies and Black children having to watch this online. And all I could think about, thank you, was how are we going to lead these children to glory? Because I can't promise them safety. Because I would feel like I was lying. I'm sorry.
Our young people haven't processed fully George Floyd. And now we're talking about the impact of this intentional attack on them just being Black or brown.
This is nothing more than just someone being just full of hate, full of anger, and attacking people for looking like me.
He doesn't want people of color in America at all. He wants them to go back to where they came from, which doesn't make sense.
It brings me back to a younger teenage me and feeling not insecure in my blackness, but wanting to maybe lessen it, not to anger people. And realizing when things like this happen that none of that matters. Hate is hate, and unfortunately, it drives to incidents like this.
This guy has a gun in his hand, and the police didn't fear their lives. They decided to talk him down after he shot all these people at Tops. He gets a get handcuffed.
We are having necessary conversations. We can't dance around this work. This work isn't theoretical. This work is muddy and it's dirty. For it to be effective, we have to break down those areas of uncomfortability, because uncomfortability is literally killing us.
I don't encourage myself to, hide how I feel. If there's a time in which I need to leave a classroom, or I need to, stop what I'm doing and go to my room and just take a couple deep breaths, even if I need to cry, then that's fine.
I still want to advocate for them to be themselves and to reclaim space, reclaim your time, reclaim your identity, express it.
Without guns, I feel like more people would feel safe at night in their own home and walking to the grocery store and just living day-to-day lives.
What's really going to hold and rebuild that community is the relationships that are there.
At the end of the day, the whole world can't just come to this stop. We can't just not stop going to grocery stores just because we fear that people are gonna kill us just because of the color of our skin. So we have no choice but to be strong and just be ready for anything, and just always just have your head straight. I feel like that has always been the story for Black people in general.
I'm Michael Learmonth, editor-in-chief of Vice News. Too often, traditional news outlets shy away from the real stories and experiences of those living through global conflicts. Not Vice News. Our reporters are on the ground, fearlessly covering the human stories that shape our world. You and millions of others can continue to read, watch, and listen to Vice News for free. But we hope you'll consider making a one-time or ongoing contribution of any size at vice.com/contribute. Every contribution, no matter how big or small, helps support the journalism Vice News brings to you every day. Thank you.